Hey guys, so we're back to another episode of What's If. In today's What's If, what if Trump and Xi Jinping had a really proper negotiation? Hmm, let's roll.
Ever wonder how and why the US oil prices fell below zero for the first time in history? Or how the advancement of 5G technologies that Huawei could provide has frightened USA and has made USA to be scared of China, in which Google directly signed off their contract of partnership with Huawei? Well, it starts off with two countries, US and China, the two biggest economical forces worldwide, having conflict in relations with economical issue. But this is where the oil is being placed more into fire. The conflict between US and China is not just simply economic. It also has political and military dimensions. So, this is US-China trade war, and what it would be if they negotiate with one another.
Let's make America great again.
What do you think about China as a partner, Mr. President?
China is not a partner. They are basically a strategic competitor, and China brings a direct threat to the growth of the United States of America. They are sucking the US from the inside out. That is why we must impose the tariffs to them to prevent us having a greater deficit with China. We, Americans, are not losing to them. Not under my watch.
特朗普得高了我们商品的关税，这个动作是万万不能接受的，因此我们将进行报复。如果他们增加了，我们会偿还。
This is just the start. What happened next are just the part of the trade war where Huawei and Google are being dragged into this.
We are the change. 5G is the new revolution to the world. A large-scale 5G rollout has begun worldwide, and carriers can monetize 5G by quickly developing services that can be immediately commercialized. And for this support, we are shipping over 400,000 5G active antenna units across the world so that consumers, companies, and everyone can enjoy the low latency of 5G.
Questions?
Huawei has announced the enlargement of 5G in the global revolutionizing. What are your thoughts about it, Mr. President?
5G networks, they must be secure. They must be strong. They must be well guarded from the enemy. And Huawei is something that is very dangerous to the United States. They are stealing our data. They are secretly spying on us. They are attacking us not through bombs and guns, but through bits and bytes. That is why I forbade any American companies to have any businesses or any relationships with Huawei Telecommunications because they work with China.
As the CEO of the Google company, we get that as in accordance to the United States legislation, Google Inc. are currently banning Huawei from using the Google services. So for any Huawei devices that are already using Google services, they can continue to use them. Yep.
I don't understand America's political motivation. 5G is just a type of technology or product. It is simply a tool. It will be a mistake to politicize 5G.
But according to China's intelligence law, Article 7, 2017 editions states that any organization or citizen shall support, assist, and cooperate with the state intelligence work. So did Huawei work with the Chinese government?
Huawei is Huawei. China is China. Huawei does not have so much glory that can represent China.
Therefore, this can be simplified that fear of Huawei is just a desire to slow China's rise and to keep a world in which America is a dominant power as long as possible. Of course there are. What would happen if they try to resolve this conflict by negotiating terms with each other? So let us have a look at it.
Today, we are at the summit of the two biggest power of the world, where Trump and Xi Jinping are trying to meet others and to terminate this trade war.
I just want America to be the top power of the world. I cannot allow any other countries to outcompete the US in this powerful industry of the future, or in any other aspects.
So right here, according to the dual concern model, Trump is following contending strategy, which is one of the strategy of conflict management, where he only wants to bring good to his side only. The type of negotiation used here is clearly a distributive negotiations, where the goals of one party are in fundamental is a direct conflict to another party. As we can see here, Trump thought that the power that he has is being fully distributed into US side only, which makes the other side, China, to suffer a great loss. This clearly shows that Trump seeks primarily to grab value rather than to create value in negotiation. So, can this resolve the conflict between them? Clearly no.
如果你继续沿这种方式行事，将会对我们双方造成进一步破坏。你曾结果自己可能获胜，但从长远来看，这实际上对我们俩来说都是虚假的过程。我不会尝试与美国竞争，但你定期对中国产品加征关税了吗？
He says, if you are continuing to act this way, this will lead to the destruction of economy to the both of us. You thought you might be winning, but actually this will be a lose-lose process in the long term to both parties. So, what if I will not try to outcompete the US, but you stop imposing tariffs to China's product?
Xi Jinping is trying to compromise with Trump so that they can end up in a win-lose situation for them both. In here, Xi Jinping is approaching compromising strategy to solve this conflict. This is a process where both parties give up something that they want in order to get something else they want more. To further simplify things, there is a fixed pie to be divided up among them. So, whatever one side gets, the other side will lose. Perhaps it would be better if they can just compromise with each other where they may lose some points, but also gain some benefit that can satisfy both countries. So, would it be possible for them to reach into an agreement on this matter? There might be, and there might not. We all know that none of them will accept any form of loss which would make them look like they are on the losing side.
Frankly, it's a good idea. But I don't want to lose anything, especially with you.
然后尝试解决问题，使我们的生活达到最大效益。
And he says again, then let's try to solve our problems and make the outcomes to be at its maximum yield.
Well, Xi, I must tell you that you're talking to a businessman that absolutely loves maximum yield. And since you're talking that way, how about we start to discuss about our terms in ending this trade war or this conflict for it to benefit the both of us, just like you said.
So now, what at first looked like a distributive negotiations has changed into integrative negotiation, where both of them, US and China, focus more on commonalities rather than differences. As we can see here, problem solving is the best way to solve a conflict where both parties can achieve maximum outcome. Compromising is not a bad idea too, where both can get their requirements met, but both has to lose something, if only they're willing to sacrifice something. So, to sum everything up, both parties, US and China, should seek common ground and deepen mutual understanding. They should properly resolve this problem on the basis of equality and a mutual respect.
And that's it for today's WhatsApp. Well, that if Trump and Xi Jinping really had a proper negotiation, but I don't see it coming in the real world because recently there has been some tension going on with them. Just hope for the best of them, and hopefully the world is still in peace if they have something called Cold War. So that's it from me and my team. Ciao.
If you find the one, you should
谢谢。
never give her up. I think it's the way life changes when in love, yeah. I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see, yeah. These days I don't worry about much.